In this lecture, we are going to deal with UNO and its organs. As we know, UNO was formed after the World War II to bring peace and security amongst the member states in the country to survive in coherence. So, it is an organization of sovereign states uh, which came together to bring world peace. It came into force on 24th October 1945. Initially there were 51 members and now currently 191 members are there, with Sudan being the most recent to join. UN is also called Parliament of Nations. So it is a forum where virtual meetings take place where nations discuss their problems and come to consensus with each other if they are having any conflict by not waging a war but by discussing the matters. So it doesn't have an army and it doesn't impose any taxes. It is dependent on the political will of the states to talk through things and come to a common point by discussing their problems. It plays an important role in reducing the international wars and conflicts. The headquarters of UN is located in New York. So there are 6 main UN organs, that is the General Assembly, which is mentioned in Chapter 4, Article 9 to 22. The Security Council. These two are the main UN organs which does the maximum function, the important ones. Next important organ is International Court of Justice. Okay, so there is the Trusteeship Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. So these are the main 6 UN organs which we are going to read in details. So Article 9 of the UN Charter talks about General Assembly. So it says that this organ is comprised, all the members of UN are direct members of General Assembly, and all its members got one vote in spite of the size and the influence they have in the world economy or in the world altogether. So what does General Assembly do? It may discuss on matters arising out of UN Charter. If anyone goes against UN Charter or doesn't follow the provisions, then General Assembly can discuss on such matters. So decisions on international peace and security, and also admitting new member state. This is the major function of General Assembly. With the help of Security Council, it admits new member states. Then in Article 8 Para 1 of UN budget is decided by 2/3 majority. Other matters are decided by simple majority. So in General Assembly, UN budget is decided by 2/3 majority, and other matters are also decided by a simple majority. Every year, a General Assembly elects a president who presides over such a meeting, and that is from a neutral party and doesn't support any particular country. So work of the assembly is carried out by 6 committees. Now again, to help General Assembly, we have got 6 committees, the Human Rights Council and other subsidiary bodies along with UN Secretariat to carry on the functions of General Assembly. The 6 main committees of General Assembly are: first committee is for disarmament and international security. Second committee is for economic and financial work. Third committee is for social, humanitarian and cultural function. Fourth committee is for special political decolonization. Fifth committee is for administrative and budgetary work. And sixth committee is the legal committee. So now we are briefly dealing with the functions of General Assembly, that is to consider and approve the budget and the financial assessment of the member states. Okay. General Assembly also elects non-permanent member of the Security Council and the members of UN Council, and also appoints the Secretary General with the help of Security Council. The general principles of cooperation in maintenance of international peace and security is followed by General Assembly. They can discuss any question which is brought any question on international peace and security which is brought by either UN or Security Council, by a state, by a member state, or by any other state which is not a member of UN as well. And then General Assembly makes recommendation with the help of Security Council's refer to the Security Council. My Security Council always helps General Assembly. So it can make recommendation which affects the powers and functions of the organs of the UN. Okay, it initiates studies, promotes international political development and codification of international law, follows human rights and fundamental basic freedoms, and it also promotes friendly relation and considers the reports from Security Council and UN organs. So now we come to the Security Council, which is next very important organ of UN. it is in the UN Charter from Article 22 to 32. So we'll deal with the composition of Security Council. There are 5 permanent members, as we know. These are the allied powers. After post-World War, they emerged as a big allied power. That is China, France, UK, USA, USSR. So these countries were the first one to ratify the UN Charter. Hence, they are the 5 most influential and permanent members of UN. Then 10 other non-permanent members are elected every 2 years. India was a part of Security Council for 7 years. Most recent was in 2010 to 12. Okay, so to pass the resolution, 5 votes we need from the permanent members, and in general we need 9 votes. So if together these 5 permanent members come to a conclusion that collectively they don't want any matter to move ahead or to be considered, it becomes a veto. No, it becomes a veto, as in it becomes cancelled, because 5 permanent members are the majority, and if they together collectively say a no to any particular agenda, the agenda is prima facie cancelled. That is called veto, which is again very important. Article 27 deals with the voting system. So each member of the Security Council should have one vote. Okay, decision of the Security Council on procedural matter would be made affirmative vote. Okay, so there for the procedural matter, 9 members affirmative vote we require. So there are procedural and non-procedural matters for which we need the discretion of the permanent members and the non-permanent members to take forward any agenda, but it is not been defined clearly in the charter. So a decision of the Security Council on other matters should be made by affirmative 9 member votes, along with the concurring vote of the present member who is present in the meeting. So Article 52 and para 3 says that a party to dispute shall abstain from voting. So now duties and functions of Security Council would be to maintain peace and security. Member state is obligated to carry out all the decision which is binding on them. To apply economic sanctions and other measures not involving the use of the force, obviously to take military action against the aggressor only if it is at most called for. Council recommends GA for the admission of General Assembly, that is, for the admission of new members, appointment of the Secretary General, and along with GA elects the judges of ICJ. Okay, now we're talking about Economic and Social Council. As the name suggests, Ecosoc is a central body which coordinates the economic and the social work of the UN. It has been dealt with in Article 61 to 72. Council has got 54 members which are chosen for equal geographic representation for 3-year term period. Article 61 says that. Now in Article 67 we have voting is done by simple majority. Council makes recommendation which aims to promote economic growth of developing countries. It prepares a draft convention, and to meet a specific need, GA has set up few agencies like Food and Agricultural Organization, WHO, UN Educational and Scientific Cultural Organization, UNESCO, UNICEF. So Ecosoc coordinates the activities of such agencies. These agencies we come across in our daily life all the time. Now we have the Trusteeship Council. This one is not that important, so not much of a detail is required here. It has been dealt with in Article 86 to 91. So it was assigned to supervise the administration of 11 trust territories, okay, which were former colonies or dependent territories which after the World War were incapable of taking care of themselves or did not have self-governance. This council took care of such territories to become self-dependent. So 11 territories were cured and made self-dependent, and Palau was the last one to get its freedom, and post that I think this is inoperative, this particular council. So it was created to promote advancement of those dependent territories. 70 colonial territories including 11 trust territories have attained independence. As I said, Palau was the last one to become independent in 1994. So this council is comprised of 5 permanent members and each one has got 1 vote. Now we are dealing with International Court of Justice. It has been talked about in Article 92 to 96. It is also called the World Court, and it is located in Hague, Netherlands, which was established in 1945 but came into action in 1947. So the court settles legal disputes between the nation, and they are not obligated by the decision unless any particular country chooses or accepts the court's jurisdiction. if it accepts the court jurisdiction, then it becomes compulsory for them to follow the decision. It has issued advisory opinion on the request of UN organizations. It consists of 15 judges, and no two of them can be from the same state, who are elected to 9-year term. They are elected for 9-year term by majority votes in UN General Assembly and the Security Council. 1/3 of the judges are elected every 3 years, and they are eligible for re-election as well. So, members of the court do not represent their government. They are independent magistrates, and majority of 9 judges make the decision. The last organ is the Secretariat, which carries out the substantive and the administrative work. At its head is Secretary General. So the main work of Secretariat is to gather and prepare background information on various issues, so that government delegates can study the facts and make recommendation to help carry out the decision made by different organs of the United Nations, to organize international conferences, to translate the speeches and distribute documents into UN's official language, and to keep public informed about the work that United Nations is currently doing. As of 30th June 2012, Secretariat had some 43,000 staff members all around the world. It has been headquartered in New York, but it makes a significant presence in Bangkok, Nairobi, Santiago, Vienna, Geneva, and has got office all over the world. Now it's time for questions. Question number 1 is, Article 67 of UN Charter deals with what? A. Each member of the Ecosoc should have 1 vote. Second, a party to dispute shall abstain from voting. C. The council has 54 members which are chosen for equal geographic representation and serve a 3-year term. D. Is voting is done by simple majority. The answer is A. Each member of Ecosoc should have 1 vote. Now, second question is, last country to get independence under UN Trusteeship Council was Palestine, Palau, Somaliland, D. Western Samoa. The answer is B. Palau. Thank you, guys.